All right, and we're back. Okay, so this is going to be, it may be the last property, but I may show you guys some more too as well. So we noticed that in the last video that if we had 2 to the third power, that was 8, 2 to the second power is 4, 2 to the first power is 2, and then finally 2 to the 0 is 1. And we noticed that we was dividing by 2 for each time that we did it. So if we went down to 3, 2, 1, 0, well, what comes next after that? Well, it is the exponent -1, right? So what happens when we do 2 to the -1? Well, if we kept dividing by 2 for each one, right? The last number that we had was 1. So we're going to divide 1 by 2. So the answer for that one would be 1/2. Okay. All right. What about 2 to the -2? Okay. Well, we're just going to take the 1/2 and divide that by 2 as well. So that's just going to be 1/4. Okay. And then 2 to the -3. Well, take the 1/4 and divide that by half. But that's just going to be 1/8. Now, if you look at something, you can see a pattern here, or you can kind of notice some type of uh, pattern, right? Notice how if we had 2 to the first power, our answer was 2. But if you look at 2 to the -1, right, you got 1/2. Hmm. What about 2 to the second power? We notice we had 4, right? And 2 to the -2, we had 1/4. Hmm. What about 2 to the third power? We had 8. And then 2 to the -3, we have 1/8. So wouldn't that just mean, or could we make a generalization that I'm going to ask you to try to finish this off? Is that if we had any type of negative number, 8 to the -n, what do you think this would be? I'm going to give you the hint. It's going to be 1/something. That's right. 8 to the n. Okay. Because again, if you go back over here, let's look at this 2 to the -3. You got 2 to the -3, right? And if you had 2 to the third, that's 8. And then 2 to the -3 is 1/8. So you see the pattern there that we can make that generalization that if we had 8a to the -n, then that just means that we have 1/a to the n. I'm going to give you an example to try. Go ahead and try to see if you can guess what, let's see, we'll do 5 to the -2. Well, what's 5 squared? Or 5 times 5? Right, correct, 25. So therefore, if we had 5 to the negative squared or 5 to the -2, then this would just be 1/25. And again, we call this property the negative exponent property. Okay. Stick around. I'm going to show you one more property.